Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I've talked about world peace for the last few days, and I don't want you to think that that means, what do I do when things trigger me? And then feel guilt or shame or whatever, because you're not there. You're never there. And that's perfect. You're not meant to be there. You're here to evolve, which means a continual process. And don't let that overwhelm you. It used to overwhelm me. It used to be like, oh my God, is this ever going to be over? And you get to a point, because it's like, they call it spiritual contractions. It's like you're going along and everything's great and everything's peachy, and all of a sudden a contraction hits, a pain hits, a situation hits. And it's painful, whether it's physically, emotionally, or whatever. It's not pleasant. And you think, oh my God, because I used to do this. It's like, oh my God, I've done all this work. Why is this happening? And then you get to the other side of it, because you will always get to the other side of it if you just keep pushing through it, and not from resistance. Even from resistance, you're going to get through it. Because, time heals everything, okay? But the thing is, when you get to the other side, it's like, okay, now I see why that happened. Now I see things aren't as bad as I thought they were. It happened for a reason. I'm much better. It's always a positive when you get to the other side of that contraction. And then you're going along and you think, okay, that's done. Now I can live my life and everything be great. And then another contraction hits. And you go into the same thing again. It's like, what? You get to a point where you start to appreciate those contractions. Because for those of you women that have gone through child labor, you understand that with each contraction, it's closer to birthing your child. With each spiritual contraction, it's closer to you birthing the new you, the new human, the new earth. And that's what we're here for. So you start to appreciate the contractions. Does it make them any less? They still are not pleasant, but you don't go into, oh my God, why is this happening? I thought I was beyond this. You start to understand that it's just part of evolution. It's still part of the process. When you think about a butterfly, it can't be a fun process to go from a caterpillar just going about their life like, okay, to going inside this cocoon and becoming nothing but mush, literally, and then reforming into a beautiful butterfly. And then the butterfly has to break its way out of the cocoon. That's where we are. We're in this transformational phase of life. And when you can look at it from a place of its transformation, instead of its torture, its punishment, its doom and gloom, its fear, and you see it for the beauty that it is, it helps this process, because the more you can stay in a high vibrational state, the better it's going to be. And so I'm not going back and judging myself because I didn't know, you know. Sorry. I'm not, because I went into, oh my God, really? Excuse me. You're not, just understand it's part of the process. You're not, don't judge yourself. But the more you stay in, okay, here we go again. It's just part of the process. And not see it as defeat, not see it as, what am I missing? What am I doing wrong? Oh my God, why am I going through this again? Those are all, I want to say, limiting beliefs, because it's not what we're taught. We're not taught that you're here to evolve. We're taught that you're here to just survive. And judge everything, including yourself, other people, and everything. And when you can drop the judgment and you can drop the expectation, because when just like this morning, okay, yesterday I did a video about holding the vibration of world peace, right? And if you haven't seen it, you need to go back and watch it, because that's where we need to be. We need to hold the vibration that world peace has already happened. Not, oh my God, is it ever going to happen? Why are we going through all this stuff? But from a place of, it's already happened. Okay, so I did that yesterday. And I woke up this morning to find 3 of my baby chicks running around my backyard. And I'm like, oh my God, what happened? How'd they get out? So I go out, and something busted into their little pen last night and got 5 of them. They just vanished. No feathers, no blood, no nothing. They just picked them up and took them away. I could go into, oh my God, I asked for world peace. And look what happened. The universe must be attacking me. The universe must be punishing me. The universe must be, somebody must be, life must be. Or, because that's where most people go. Oh, I asked for this, now this bad thing happened. You know what? Because I said something, eating breakfast this morning, I told my husband, I said, I hope whatever it was that got him, and I plan to find out tonight, because I plan to sit up and watch. I hope whatever it was that got 5 of my baby chicks had a nice meal and potentially took it back to feed their babies. It's part of cycle. It's part of life. I understand that. Does it make me happy? No. But, and I told him, I said, I asked for world peace yesterday, and that includes animals. And he said, well, what animals are supposed to starve? And I said, no, they're just supposed to leave my babies alone. God has provided enough other things for these things to survive. Everything happens for a reason. I understand that. The part that really sucks is the fact that 4 of the 5 were hens, not roosters. But you know what? It just is. So even when bad stuff happens, Don't go into, oh my God, I'm being punished. Why did that happen? And then let it ruin your day or let it ruin anything. Accept what comes as it comes. It happened for a reason. Where is it for me to judge why that happened? I can't go back and beat myself up of, oh my God, I should have paid it. I shouldn't have turned the alarm off on the camera. I should have paid closer attention. I shoulda. Why didn't this happen? No. You just have to let it go. Learn. Alter whatever needs to be altered. Plan for the worst, hope for the best, and keep moving. I know now that I need to reinforce the chicken coop, the bigger coop, where the bigger chickens are. So I plan to do that today. It's just, you get to a point, and this is where even in the evolution process, don't judge. Don't judge you. Don't judge others. Don't have bad feelings, because that's judgment for you. Because, oh my God, why? Here I'm supposed to be asking for world peace and I feel like crap. Or I'm supposed to be in a place of high vibration to bring in world peace and I'm having a bad day. Or something happened. It just is. And when you can get to a point of understanding that, life gets so much easier. Life gets so much better. And even when life happens, you can continue to live in your heaven on earth because you don't let it wig you out. That's where, if you're not there, that's where you will get if you just keep going. It took me a while to get here. It didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen in a week. It didn't happen in a month. I don't know how long it took. But I went through the process of beating myself up. Because literally, before I went through my dark night of the soul, I thought I had healed me. I thought I was in a much better place. I was. And I thought I was going to move into my new house, and God was going to open the roof and shine his light on me, and it was going to be peachy. No. Not even remotely close. That is when, but that I was in that house 11 months. The one that I thought the roof was going to open, and it was probably 9 months of hell. Because from the day I moved in, things started going crazy. The night I moved in, my ducks ran away. And I had to get them back. My horse got out. She ran down through the neighborhood, and I'm like, oh my God, she has no clue where she is. Now what? Yeah, crazy things started happening the day I moved into this house. And then everything just continued to fall apart up to the point of me going, you know what? Why am I here? I am I'm going to tell you, I was in a bad headspace, a really bad headspace. People would cheer. They would not come to my funeral. If they came to my funeral, they'd be happy that I was gone. My daughter won't miss me. She hates me. Why she be happy that I'm gone? That's where I was. And I sent my spiritual coach at the time an email saying, this is it, I'm done. I can't take this anymore. And the email she sent back 2 days later was, go see a doctor. I was like, thanks for nothing. But it took that rock bottom place to wake me up. It took that rock bottom place of up to the point of, okay, this is it. I'm going to end my life. To shift me, to get me here where I can say these things, where I can be in this, my heaven on earth. I don't go back and judge that. I don't go back and look at it and go, why? Oh, everything happened to me. God was punishing me. No, you know what? It was a blessing. It happened for me. Every contraction is happening for you. Even though it might not be comfortable, even though it might suck, it's happening for you. Even when you're in labor, they don't say, oh, panic. It's breathe. Shit, they even tell you to breathe during labor. Just breathe through it. Take deep breaths and remain calm. Don't go into fear and panic and worry and judgment and blame and guilt and shame and all of that stuff. Literally every contraction you go through, have been through, some of them last longer than others. Every single one of them is for you, to help you birth the new you, the new human. The sooner, and again, this is not to make you feel bad, the sooner you can come to that realization, the better your life is going to be. Because even when things happen for me, it's life. It happens. You get to a point where, yes, it might suck at the moment, but you understand, you accept what comes as it comes. You learn from it and move on. I'm not going to sit and dwell in the sadness of 5 of my babies being taken away from me last night. It just is. I don't know where they are. I can't save them. I can't fix it. All I can do is do my best to stop anybody else from disappearing. So I send you guys so much love. If this helped you, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, share this video. Post in the comments. How do you get through your contractions? Where, if you feel like sharing, that's perfectly fine. I'm not looking for people to air their painful situations. But if you choose to share a situation that you went through, like your dark night of the soul, you got to this point and it helped you. Now you see why it happened and you're grateful for it. So anyway, I love you. I send you so much love and light, so many blessings. I'm here to help guide you to your heaven on earth. I want you to experience life from a place of joy, your world peace. And yes, life is still going to happen, but choose to look at it through the lens, those rose-colored glasses. Yeah. However you want to look at it. But just stay out of judgment and doom and gloom. Anyway, my geese are coming, so they're getting so big. They're beautiful. So anyway, have an amazing day, and we will talk soon.